Lost mail, lost lives. The plight of NYC migrants. New York City, a beacon of hope for many, is facing a crisis within its shelter system, impacting over 64,000 migrants. These individuals, fleeing hardship and seeking refuge, are caught in a bureaucratic nightmare, the delay or loss of vital mail. This isn't just about misplaced letters. It's about official documents from immigration services, social security cards, work permits, and appointment notices vanishing into thin air. Without proper documentation, migrants struggle to prove their legal status, jeopardizing their ability to remain in the country. Job opportunities vanish without work permits, forcing them into precarious situations. Missed court dates due to lost notices further complicate their legal battles, increasing the risk of deportation. The city's shelter system, tasked with providing safety and support, is inadvertently contributing to this crisis. The stress of displacement, cultural adjustment, and language barriers is amplified by the constant fear and uncertainty caused by lost documents. A shelter system in crisis, fueling the chaos. At the heart of this crisis lies a shelter system struggling to cope with the sheer volume of arrivals. Over 200 shelters, including repurposed hotels, churches, and makeshift facilities, are stretched beyond capacity. The city's policy of limiting shelter stays to 30 to 60 days, while intended to manage the influx, is a major contributor to the lost mail problem. Frequent relocations make it nearly impossible for migrants unfamiliar with the city and its systems to maintain a stable address. Mail sent to previous shelters often ends up lost or returned to sender. Shelter staff, overwhelmed and under-resourced, struggle to keep track of residents and their ever-changing addresses. The lack of a centralized system to track mail and notify residents of its arrival further exacerbates the problem. The result is a chaotic environment where vital documents are easily misplaced, lost, or forgotten. Or City Hall's response promises and a different reality. While the city acknowledges the challenges, their response is often met with skepticism. The mayor's office points to efforts to maintain high-quality correspondence and ensure mail retrieval even after shelter transfers. They claim that migrants are informed about pending mail and provided with options for forwarding or retrieving it. However, these assurances ring hollow for those on the ground facing the brunt of the crisis. Reports from migrants and aid organizations tell a different story. Mail continues to disappear, leaving individuals in legal limbo and jeopardizing their futures. Despite claims of notification systems, many residents report being unaware of pending mail or facing difficulties retrieving it. This lack of accountability leaves migrants feeling helpless and frustrated, their voices lost in a system that seems indifferent to their plight. Self-sufficiency versus systemic barriers, a contradiction. The city's push for migrant self-sufficiency rings hollow amidst the chaos of the lost mail crisis. City officials, facing budgetary constraints and mounting criticism over the handling of the influx, are eager to see migrants become self-reliant. However, the inability to receive crucial documents like work permits creates an insurmountable barrier to finding employment and achieving financial independence. The 30 to 60-day limit on shelter stays further exacerbates this issue. This short time frame makes it nearly impossible for newcomers, many grappling with language barriers and cultural differences, to secure stable housing and employment. They are thrust into a situation where they are expected to become self-sufficient without the necessary tools or support systems. A city's reputation at stake, the need for compassionate action. The situation in New York City's shelters is a stark reminder that behind the statistics are real people with real lives. The lost mail crisis is not just a logistical challenge, it's a humanitarian crisis that demands immediate and compassionate action. Addressing this crisis requires a multi-pronged approach that prioritizes the needs and dignity of migrants. Implementing a centralized mail system with clear tracking and notification protocols is crucial. Extending shelter stays to allow for a more reasonable adjustment period would provide much-needed stability. Providing language access and cultural sensitivity training for shelter staff would foster a more welcoming and supportive environment. The city must move away from treating migrants as a problem to be managed and embrace a more humane approach that views them as individuals deserving of dignity and respect. Beyond mail delays, rethinking support for migrant integration. The lost male crisis in New York City's shelters is a stark reminder of the challenges faced by migrants seeking refuge and opportunity. It also highlights the urgent need for a more humane and effective system of support. Addressing this crisis requires going beyond temporary fixes and rethinking how we, as a society, welcome and integrate newcomers. This starts with acknowledging that access to essential documents is not a privilege, but a fundamental right, crucial for navigating legal processes, securing employment, and building a new life. Investing in language learning programs, job training initiatives, and community support networks is not just about helping migrants. It's about building a stronger, more vibrant, and inclusive city for everyone.